like experience. I want to experience what I need to experience.
The truth is, if you don't have experience, you really cannot do anything.
Although I also want to learn from another person's experience.
Wait. Which kind of experience are we talking about? I don't understand.
Any kind of experience now. Experience from someone else or experience from yourself.
So I feel most times I prefer to learn from people's experience because like they say, all fingers are not equal. So if someone should, what will I use now? Okay, let's say don't go out at night. It's not security wise or whatever. Someone might go, they might attack the person might still come back. And you want to experience, you go and they will kill you. So two persons cannot have the same exact experience. So why test yourself when one person can just, okay, I've learned from you, going out at night is not good.
But
you get.
You can never be too careful. Like, no matter how much you learn from another person.
We will still die, no matter what.
No, forget dying now, say.
Okay.
What about making wrong decisions, making wrong investments, meeting with the wrong friends? You never can tell how much people have influence on you until you look at yourself from another side. So it's still part of experience. Like, for example, now, when I was about to go into school, my mother and my father called me like 2 days or a day before I moved to school. They called me into their room at night, like 2 a.m. My daughter, you are going to school now. You are going to be on your own now. Make sure you do this. Don't follow bad friends. Don't do this. Don't do that. I didn't follow bad friends, but I was this close to having bad friends. Like, it was even after I graduated that I realized that it was probably God that saved me, but I was already this close to having bad friends. And the truth is, bad things may have happened to me, and I would not really have known that I was in that. Like, if I saw, I know when I see bad people, I know that they are bad people. I can tell from my own side that these people, they are bad influence and everything. But it's different when maybe they come with a different approach. Okay. And then you are now talking to them, you are not realizing, you're already too deep in it before you realize that these people are actually bad for me. Sometimes you may not know. Somebody can tell you stay away from bad friends, but you really cannot tell until you are in that situation.
So what I'm just trying to say is at times experience is not good.
No, sometimes you cannot learn everything you want to learn from another person's experience.
But you don't have to
except you are there.
But you don't have to know about some people.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Like, you don't have to experience relationship with some people.
Okay, to know that they are bad relationships.
I just gave an example. Okay, guys, welcome to today's episode of Conversation Unscripted. And today we're talking about experience. Do you support the saying that goes, experience is the best teacher? And if you do, would you rather have the experience yourself or you learn it from someone else? Okay, guys, so let's get back to discussion.
So if your child now should tell you that, oh mommy, I don't want to go to school.
When is that as if you're mad? Why won't you go to school? You go to school.
Is this the thing that you study in school that you're doing now?
Why are you confused in this country? Like,
but I think school just gives you that, I don't know, it helps you, and it just gives you, I don't know what to say.
It helps you build your...
You know those Igbo men that used to have shop? They were in plaza, they were in Muka. You know those Igbo men? Yeah. Some of them now send their son to school. Guess what?
So we're talking about
learning from other people.
Yes. And I said sometimes you really cannot know everything except you are in that situation. Then you now come out. When you come out of that situation, sometimes you might not even realize. It's when you are out of that situation and something happens differently, you now realize that, oh wow, so when I was in this situation, this is what was happening. Well, I've learned better now. I will not do it this way again.
Yeah, but what if you had avoided it?
You didn't get me. I just said sometimes you may not even understand that you may have been doing something wrongly until you are out of that situation and you are reviewing that situation and you look at it and you're like, oh wow, this is what I was doing at that time. This thing I did that time actually did not make sense, but I felt it was making sense. And I just tell myself, I will never make this mistake again. But you didn't actually know you were doing something wrong until you came out of that situation. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You cannot particularly learn everything from other people.
She's trying to say that, like, it's not all situations that you can learn from everybody else.
And you cannot avoid everything.
But
what
to be
what if you
honest,
had someone to learn from? Would you have taken? Would you have?
and that's what she's saying. If you had, but right now you don't have.
Even see sometimes even when you have
Even
someone,
when you have
someone you experience.
Yeah, but
No, not you see. It's not you want to experience
You
it.
don't get
me.
Like
Okay.
it just happens.
It
That
just happens
that
to
you
you.
just happen. You know,
It
there's
just
some things
happens
you
that you found
want
yourself
to
in that
avoid it.
situation.
Yeah. So, but for me
So-
personally, I prefer I would prefer learning from other people. Why?
course, everybody
Because
would.
sometimes some things will happen to you and you might not be able to control it. So for example, probably you want to start a business and okay, we are friends. And I've done the business before, it did not work for me.
Okay.
You use the same method, it works for you. Someone uses that same method and it crashes. So I believe it's just, should I say it's nature or it's just the way the world is that
Okay.
that some people's experience doesn't
Doesn't really work for everybody.
doesn't really work for everybody. So what I feel is you learning from the experience, you're not learning the exact method. You're just speaking. So if you date a wrong, like you're in a relationship and the person you date is a bad person, you get
And you don't realize.
you don't
One of the
realize
situations I'm talking
you
about,
get
so.
if you go to another relationship now, you are going with that mindset. But if I tell you that the person I was dating is bad, because you're outside the situation, you might just believe. So okay, let me give you a more vivid example. We're all guys. You dated the girl, they have dated like 3 girls, they've broken your heart. All of us just conclude that girls are scum and all that. But we've not really experienced it. Do you understand?
Because I have experienced.
You could actually be the person at fault.
Exactly.
We don't know.
So
And she could actually be the person at fault. You get, but we are seeing it from your own side of view.
Because
Nah.
you know we are just trying to be like our guy. So sometimes it's better you experience it yourself.
See, even sometimes when we say we are learning from other people's experiences, we don't really know the gravity of what happened. We don't really know the severity of the matter. We don't know what happened. We just look at it and we're like, oh, okay, I won't do it like this. But the truth is, when you now enter that position, things might happen to you in a very different manner. It might not even be the way that person happened, the way it happened to that person. But you just feel like it happened to Tolu like this. I must make sure I don't do it like this. You will not start doing your own. It will not happen from another corner.
And you might even be
So
worse.
the thing is, I think there's something that an Englishman calls grace. Everybody has their own
Yes,
side
exactly.
of grace. So my own mentality is that yes, I'm learning from you. Do you get me? I don't like anything to happen to me. You know when they say don't pass this door, the door they bite.
But that's the difference between us and white people, though.
They will gonna pass.
They will pack.
They want to
Shey
know.
you see-
That's why
shey
they're
you see-
better than us, because they keep going
Yes,
and
they
they
keep
keep
knowing.
discovering and they keep creating
So
things.
me
That's why we're
now,
different
once you
from
say
them.
don't pass this door at a particular time, that door they bite. I will make sure that the time I'll pass that door, that maybe you say by 7 o'clock. If I say I pass this door by 5, that means something is wrong with me. Me, Precious, will not pass this door once it's 5 o'clock. If it's like 2 o'clock, that will be the last time I'll pass that door. So me, I'm always trying to be, and I've noticed that in my own life, anywhere people go and scale through, maybe there was corner, but they shall scale. Now me, they catch for you. You don't understand?
When people do it and go scot-free, when you not try it.
Now me, they always catch. So I've already come to the mentality that when you're telling me a gist, I'll be like, okay, it's good. In my own subconscious, this one doesn't talk. I don't go try out for my life. So that's what I've already programmed myself to be. And most times I like meeting people. I don't know, maybe things happen to me at a very young age. So I learned a lot. Like I've met different set of people when it comes to friends, having bad friends, when it comes to
girls,
so
no.
I didn't even meet them directly, but from my parents, because my parents are someone that will say my parents don't have friends. When it comes to don't having friends,
Yeah,
it's just like when you say your mom talks to practically 2 people in her life, that you know that okay, these are the only 2 people that are your mom's friends aside family, and for your dad,
But the truth
that has a
is-
lot of
The
friends.
truth is, you see, our parents, you really don't know how they were when they were young.
Yes, the older they get,
The more detached they become from
yes.
people.
But
Get
when
it
we were
now.
when they were growing, my mom, my aunties and my uncles will always tell me that this is the type of person my mom is. My mom does not like friends at all for any reason.
Yeah.
Because why? She has always experienced betrayal from probably her dad when she was growing up, maybe
Try
friends.
the
So
as long as we're human beings.
you know when you are growing, and then me, I've always seen
People
things that
betray
happen
you.
to people along the line, and I'm like, so these things that my parents are always saying is true. So me, I've always been trying to run away from people getting close to me.
Sometimes it's not even people betraying you. Sometimes you betray people, you don't even know you're betraying them.
Exactly.
We're not saints. Those people, some of those people don't even think that they're betraying you.
Exactly.
They feel like they
are doing the right thing.
So sometimes it's not even by that. So you cannot even say this experience, I will learn it from you.
The only experience that I feel
you become very aware is when you experience it yourself. Like I always use this example. So one time I was flying from Port Harcourt to Lagos. Sorry, from Lagos to Port Harcourt. But a few days before that day, Nina, the big brother Nina, she flew from somewhere to somewhere, I don't know, within Nigeria. And then she posted online that, oh, I just nearly crashed, one thing happened. I remember I saw that post and I just swiped because, you know, sometimes you don't really care. Mm-hmm. You say you're learning, but you don't actually care. It's not your issue. You are trying to do other things. Mm-hmm. That day I now flew. My plane now had issues. The first person that came to my mind was Nina. I'm like, oh, this is how she felt that day, that she was writing plenty long story on social media that I didn't even care about. Now that I'm experiencing it, I feel different about it. I feel more aware. I feel more
emotional. Like everything is hitting you right.
Yes, I feel like, oh my God, I didn't solicit. What's the English? I did not
felicitate with her. If there's something like that.
No, there is, but not felicitation. I did not
sympathize.
I didn't sympathize with her enough. I started feeling bad, and before I started thinking of the fact that I was about to die.
That thought.
Do you know how many things I see? That was so maybe like a week or 2 weeks before that day, somebody asked me, have you ever had a near-death experience? I'm like, what's that? I've never. See, do you know how many things passed through my mind when I was seeing the other life? Like, you cannot tell until you're in that situation. That's when you just be like, oh wow.
I was actually going to say something that the only thing that most people, I prefer that most people, it's not that I'm wishing that most people have it, but I prefer that most people actually feel it is death. You know, when, let's say someone that's close to you or a family member, God forbid, dies, you tell me, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, kiniko, R.I.P. And that's where it ends.
Yes, true.
You are the only person that's feeling the hurt.
Yes, nobody
For me, maybe that day, that day? Maybe for like 2 hours, I'm just saying, sorry, yeah, how are you feeling? Or probably that day.
2 hours, maybe some minutes.
Let's just
keep popping into you.
Let's just say
as soon as it pops in, it pops
let's just say
out.
I'm such an emotional person and I'm like, okay, throughout that day, I just keep saying, are you good? Please don't think about it. After that day, it's done. You are the one that is actually feeling the whole hurt. But when that thing hits you, you'll not be looking at that person somehow that, so this is what you're actually feeling.
You know.
So
that day.
We've actually forgotten about
when aeroplane that was supposed to be like this was like this. That's when I told myself that today is the day. I started thinking, I said, Pastor Bimbo died in. So I was saying, there were plenty of people praying. See, there's no tradition I did not hear that day. Traditional worshiper, Islam, Christian, everybody was praying. Oluwa, everybody was shouting the aeroplane. Me, I was just crying like a fool. I was just thinking, oh my God. I was thinking of one stupid man that was dating that time. Not man, like boy man that was dating that time. I'm like, we're fighting. I should have just talked to him. Do you know how many things I was thinking of that day? And I said, but we're praying, nothing, we did all right, nothing go do us. I can't remember Pastor Bimbo. I said, Pastor Bimbo, she's a pastor, she died inside aeroplane. Why am I to not die inside aeroplane? See, that day, I thought of everybody. I thought of the fact that I had an argument with my mother, and I was just telling myself that, wow, so this is how Nina was feeling. And I just swiped, I didn't even understand that pain. It's when you're inside that you now understand. So, after the few times after I flew after that day, the few times I flew after that incident, I cried from beginning to end. Because I told myself, I learned from the experience that I almost died. But I had to travel, I had to move. I wanted to pass, I took a few road trips, but there were times I just had to fly because I needed to get things done fast. See, from the moment I sat down and I locked my something like this, I just turned. As soon as I felt the engine start,
the shock came back.
Which shock? I was like, people were looking at me, asking me, are you okay? I said, I didn't even answer anybody. I was just until we landed and it have off. And I paid my eye and I stood up. Boys were looking at me like, what they worry this fine girl? They don't understand. Do you understand what I'm saying? People will not understand until
You've
experienced it yourself. That's when you will not understand that, okay, this is what I need. But at that point in time, I'm helpless. The only thing I can do is sit and look. I cannot run. I cannot change the experience. If something happens, it's on that chair that it will happen. Do you understand? So sometimes it's even beyond your control. You cannot do anything. You feel like you can handle it, but you cannot handle it.
What about the ones that are within your control? Because
the ones that are within your control, you put in effort to make sure it doesn't happen.
You know, some people are just naturally stubborn.
No, but you know that there are some people that
know somebody like that.
Naturally stubborn that they would rather
experience it themselves.
You see this thing, if I'm not experiencing, my blood no go calm down.
No, actually, some people are not stubborn. Some people are actually adventurous.
Those are the people who give us all the solutions.
Some people are not stubborn. Some people are actually adventurous.
It's still stubbornness.
No.
If you like adventure, you know, and your mother tells you, my son, don't go. But because you like adventure, you will go now.
No, some people na stubbornness. It's different.
Stubbornness na still adventure, funny enough.
No.
You know why you stubborn? Because you want to know what they want to do. I want to do it and I will do it. It's still adventure now. It does not even have to be going out now.
Stubbornness comes in different ways. You understand? You know, there are some people that you say, okay, how will I put it now? There are some people that their head is not just one grey hair wood.
No,
you understand?
I get coconut head.
And they adventure. They won't do the thing with their mind. Now they adventure.
So some people now, okay. Do you know that some people now they're Christians, but they're mental monks?
I know. I know plenty Muslims that enter church. Let them start from
so
they just want to know what's inside that thing that what's that Allah Wakuba that you're doing.
But you see now, that one is being adventurous. But you know when you're telling somebody, you know when you're telling somebody, say, kidnapper, they come out by 12 midnight, so no come out by 12.
Now that time, say,
now that time, the person, you go see the person,
I want to die
by 1 a.m.
I'm like, but you know this is wrong.
Like I said before, these are the best people. These are the life changers. These are the people that change everything in the world. See, we will not know that this thing will shock. If sorry, where is the person that started physics? I don't know. I'm not a science student.
I don't know.
Isaac Newton. If that Isaac Newton brother did not go and test it and shock, do you know how many times he would have shocked?
Who told the thing shock him? Who told you it shock him?
How did he not teach you if it did not happen to him?
He said he failed how many times and he got the last time. He got it the last time.
It's those people that actually the life changers. They are the written with the English.
See,
you shall understand.
Get some experience.
I think you're getting my point now. So it's those people that are stubborn and adventurous. They're still the ones that bring changes to the world. True. All those people that go and test the thing, they want to know what happened. They will not come and tell you, we've tested it, and this is the thing that we saw. This is the good part. This is the bad part. So you see all those people. Last. They are still very useful.
We have just very few of them in Nigeria, but should we see outside Nigeria?
There are plenty.
Because you'll be watching Nigeria in our own way. We have those kind of people now.
Yeah, that's why they're not plenty here.
Nigeria,
you know when Nigeria we're scared though. If you just tell us don't do this.
But let me tell you something. Any successful business owner, like people who have done business and are big in the business,
they've taken so much.
Do you know how much insult and how much negativity they've taken to get there?
Risk.
So it might not be life-changing problems that they solved or anything, but for the fact that they were able to do what they wanted to do without listening to voices, without listening to their parents, without listening to bad wishers or more, they tried. Those people, they will just say, okay, so sometimes I know some business owners that will have meetings with you and they'll sit down and they'll look at you and you'll be telling them, don't do it like this, do it like this. They will do
They're listening to you, yes.
As soon as they step out the door, they are doing what they want to do. So it might not be life-changing issues. The fact that they are still doing what they want to do, you know how judgmental we are in our society in Nigeria. You know how opinionated people are in our society in Nigeria. So far, they're still doing what they want to do amidst all the many opinions. With the introduction of social media now, it's even worse. Everybody has an opinion on social media. But when people still do what they want to do, despite all the talk, they've tried now.
I even feel
they get all the experience themselves.
They enjoy expressing things themselves. So okay, I was watching on YouTube.
No, the generation coming after.
No, like it's like
they say that was
recently I saw a video on YouTube where in Nigeria I've never seen a girl that drifts. Forget all these cars, I've never seen a girl that drifts. I watched it on. I've forgotten the person's YouTube channel I watched it on, and I'm like, if now people Nigerians are thinking of such things. You know, when you watch it on movies, like wow, but this guy does it for a living and they pay him.
Okay, it's because you've not seen. I've seen.
So you've seen, but I feel our parents they didn't put. I think they just instilled fear.
They pass their fear.
Fear
It's not,
to
it's
us.
not like they instilled it. That's what they know.
So
Have you been
they
watching
passed it
the
down.
fear
So
they were-
Have you
it's
gotten
now
to-
that we are
You've
open-minded.
gotten
So
to
we are open to experiencing all this. We are open to do skydiving. What's the other one that you jump from a high
This
mountain?
Nigerian.
Do we do Skype?
No, like not Nigerians are doing it in Nigeria, but when you travel out there, like, when you have the opportunity, you will do it now.
We didn't have it. That is why.
Yeah. Okay, even the Lekki
Which
conservation.
plane will we use?
How many times you don't reach there?
No, even Lekki
Wait,
conservation
that
here,
shake,
people are still shaking.
I swear.
You see this Lagos with
That
this
Lekki
Skype, so you go
conservation.
and fall inside traffic.
And we said one very thick bush.
Thick bush.
That they've not even
Southeastern forest to start with.
No, but okay, we have not got to that stage, but I think little by little we are enjoying the experience of certain things. Some are harmful. Yes, we will not deny that fact,
But
but
we cannot achieve success without experiencing some.
trust me,
There's
there's some experience
There's some movies you're watching,
you
not
don't want
Nigerian
to
movies
experience.
actually.
That's
And then
sorry,
you're
there's some
just
things you
seeing-
don't want to experience rather.
You're just seeing somebody
Sometimes
moving
you are
into the
helpless.
dark.
You just have to experience.
True,
it.
sha.
You're seeing somebody moving into the dark and you're like, what's in this one they find for inside?
That's why I don't watch horror movies.
Why you
Because
dey
it's
enter
stupid,
dark?
it's a very stupid
Or
kind of movie.
they're doing a movie and they're telling you this is the marine, there's the submarine, there's chemical level, and you are seeing them break through the first level, break through. Where's you?
You
They
have
find-
experience.
Why you
What
dey
is
go
it
there?
that something strong with
You
you?
see, room is
that you
dark.
are
Okay, the house is haunted. Door open, you enter. You don't go take. See, that's why I like Nigeria.
They
You
want to
don't
be able
the
to-
open.
They-
They're not
People
jackpot.
that used to snap picture in the middle of braveness. I've got to like call it now. When you are shaking, but you're still saying, I want to record the video. Like all those horror movies that we
Even those
watch.
news, their newscasters,
Ha!
that they will go.
In the middle of tornado.
You stand.
The umbrella that they are holding, the umbrella that they are holding is facing up.
See, this one is
So
not
we say you are in
mad.
the middle of a tornado. Those are people that still like to experience things themselves. So sometimes, and so the truth about those things now is people that are watching from a distance, they have a lot to say. You know, right? You did not do this one where. What's this one that is doing? Why didn't you stand there? Even ordinary watching football match that you guys always say, pass this thing now. Why you go do it like this now?
Now when you
They
kick
put
that
you
ball,
inside there now.
you not do half.
You will not do half. You'll be saying, I've learned from
It's
this
true,
guy.
sha.
I will not kick the ball like this. I will not pass here. I will throw this corner like this. When you enter now,
You'll be confused.
you will be confused.
If
you will do another
if you ask
thing.
some
So
footballers, they will
sometimes,
tell you
learn
that
from
all those
yourself,
dreams
oh.
they do, it's not like it's in their head. It just happens
happens.
that
And
they do it.
when you want to learn from other people, pick the one that works for you. Don't go
It's not
and pick-
everything.
Don't go
Don't
and
do
just
garbage in,
digest
garbage out.
everything you get. So, okay, guys, thank you for watching today's episode of Conversations Unscripted. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you think experience is better learned from another person or from yourself? Let us know today. Thank you for having us today. Have a wonderful day, and make sure you like,
Subscribe.
share to your daddy, your mommy, your auntie, your uncle,
friend.
your friend, your boyfriend, your husband,
Your
and your wife.
enemy.
Bye, guys. Thank you for reaching out.
So if your child now should tell you that, oh mommy, I don't want to go to school.
When is that see if you're mad? Why won't you go to school? Go to school.
Is this the thing that you study in school that you're doing now?
Why are you really confused in this country? Like,
No, but I think school just gives you that. I don't know. It helps you, and it just gives you. I don't even know. I don't know what to
It
say.
helps you build your.
You know those Igbo men that used to have shop? Enwere plaza, enwere nka. You know those Igbo men? Some of them now send their son to school. Guess what?